welcome to my webinar. Thank you so much for taking the time today to spend some time with me learning about permanent cosmetics and going on this journey of understanding what this whole profession is about. My name is Dawn Hunter, and let's get started. So I want to make sure that you have the sound on. I don't use captions for my webinar, and that you can focus on what we're about to talk about. I want to grab your attention for a little while and make sure that you know that this is an investment in you, and this time together could be a life changer for you. So let's talk a little bit about who this webinar is for. Why are you here? Is this a good fit for you? Anybody with a creative talent that wants to make more money and learn about permanent cosmetics as a career is definitely who this is for. So we're going to go into that more refined as we go through this webinar. Beauty pros that want to add permanent cosmetics to their current studio is also an option for who might want to listen to this webinar. There's definitely ways to create more income with your current businesses. People that want to own a beauty related business and make well over $100,000 a year. Is that you? Anybody that's stuck in a rut and wants to change into an exciting new career. So there's a lot of reasons why you've joined me for this webinar, and I'm going to go through all these answers and all this information with you today. So definitely, grab something to drink, get your coffee, and sit down and just kind of spend some time with me, okay? Over the next 45 minutes, we're going to learn all about permanent cosmetics as a career. I'm going to tell you how to choose the best training academy and what to look for, what kind of income you can really make, and how to get started. We're also going to cover what elite artists actually know and may not have put out to the internet. There's definitely some secret information in this profession about people that are very successful, why it's so important to choose the right training program, and how you can make well over $100,000 a year. Everything you must know about permanent cosmetic training and how to achieve real success with six figures is going to be talked about in this webinar. We're going to glaze over the big picture view so that you get an understanding of what this is all about. And also we're going to talk about how the proven training system will help you lead to success. You're not going to be on your own. It's definitely a step-by-step proven system. So that's also something we're going to go over in this webinar. House rules for the webinar. Just want to touch base on a couple things. One, this is not a get rich quick scheme. Okay, I know there's so many webinars out there. I myself have been caught in some funnels and ended up, what I call in Timbuktu, not sure where I was going, and only to come to find out that this webinar was, setting me up for something I was not even interested in. So I'm not here to do that with you. I'm here to just heartfelt tell you exactly what this is about. I've been in this profession for over 12 years. I have a lot of information. I've been very successful, and I just want to share some honest information with you so that you can make a good decision and see if something like this is a good fit. So it's not going to be any fluff. It's going to be, the facts, and I hope that you appreciate that. I'm just here to share my time with you and give you my experience. I ask that you focus on this information and invest your time into listening to it if it resonates with you, because remember, this is an investment in you. This isn't about me. This isn't about your partner. This isn't about your neighbor or your sister. This is about you. I mean, I can close this webinar down and go on with my day and be exactly where I am, which is a very successful permanent makeup artist and trainer. And I want to bring you into that journey. So remember, this is for you, not for me. We're getting into the facts that you need to know. And I'm not going to be doing a fancy overdone webinar. It's not going to have all these graphics and fun whistles and bells. I'm really just here to give you the information. I'm super busy. I have a lot of very successful projects going on in my business, and I just didn't have time to make anything really fancy. So I hope you appreciate this, just me talking with you and spending some time with you. And I invite all of you that have a success attitude to stay and self-motivation. I really can't stress that enough. If this isn't the time for you and you're not one of those individuals, then, honestly, just leave the webinar, because it's just not going to work. We need people that have a success attitude. And what I mean by that is that you just want more. You just want to get there wherever there is, and that you have some motivation to do the work that it takes to get there. Okay? So let's see if this sounds like you right now in your current situation. Maybe you're working a job that you really hate, that you find boring, with zero income to earn it, ability to earn any more income. And that's kind of not a fun place to be, right? You get up in the morning, you spend 8 hours a day, 40 hour plus a week in something that you find completely boring or unmotivating. That's not fun. That's not going to lead you anywhere. Boredom is actually the silent, demotivator in life. I mean, when we're bored, how much motivation do you have? Are you staring at the clock and just counting the time? Are you waiting for your lunch break so that you can actually get online and do something you enjoy? That's not a life. 40 hours a week is a lot of time to be spending in something that you find extremely unmotivating and not fun at all. And what I mean by fun, work should be fun, right? So, that could be something that sounds like you. Maybe you have a secret dream life that you feel you will never have. So have you fantasized about living in a certain area, maybe traveling to certain places, owning a beautiful home that you don't have right now? There's a lot of things that build a dream life that resonates with you. And maybe you just feel like you're never going to have it from your current situation, right? You worry you will never live beyond paycheck to paycheck. So that is a hard one because nowadays, we work so hard and things cost so much more money. Just going to Disneyland with the kids is like $2,000. It's just there's a lot of money to be made if you want to really be independently, have that dream life of that you can dictate where you want to go and what you want to do. It takes money. So paycheck to paycheck isn't really a very safe life to be either. There's not a lot of security in that. Maybe you feel you don't have a savings account or that you're one, paycheck away from really hard times. That's not a fun place to be. Maybe you have little time with your family and friends due to your work hours and little pay to show for it. So it could be that, maybe you love the career you're in, but it's just not paying enough. Right? So you get home and you have no money to go enjoy some things or you're stressing about it. Maybe you just don't have the time with your family. You get home and you're exhausted. You've had a day that just has drained you versus filling you up. People that are in careers that they love feel joy when they come home. They may feel tired, but it's a good tired. Kind of like when you go to the gym and you're tired, it's a good tired feeling versus if you've been laying around the house and you're tired and you're not doing anything. There's a different kind of tired that is a positive tired, a success tired versus a depressed and unsuccessful tired. So, it doesn't mean that you're going to be always jumping on trampolines and being excited and, high energy all the time. It means that you're going to be satisfied. You're going to feel a sense of accomplishment, a sense of success in future. And maybe you're just ready for a change. You're sick and tired of the same old job, same old life, same old this, same old that. Maybe you want to get onto a career that's actually going to make a life change for you, something that you can sink your teeth into and something that you can see a heavy future in that could be very successful and make a life change for you. Maybe you also see things going on around you, you got success happening around you and you feel like you're just not a part of it. Maybe you've got a friend who got into permanent makeup and she's really successful now and you're feeling a little envious about that, hey, I wonder if I could do this. You've seen microblading online. You've seen people showing beautiful photos and living the life. And, maybe you just want a little piece of that too. And that's okay. It's okay to want more. It's okay to want more money. It's okay to want more success. It's okay to want that Louis Vuitton purse if that's what makes you happy, right? It's okay. So acknowledge that that's what you want. Don't be shy about it. Go for it. Maybe you envy those that make their own schedule, make their own hours. For me, that was something I used to envy, that I wanted to have a career that I could work from anywhere. If I wanted to be on a boat cruise, I wanted to have my laptop and I wanted to be able to work. So that's what I'm moving towards. I started off as an artist and I started being a trainer and now I want to help others around the world achieve the same success that I've had and the same freedom I have. So everybody's got something they're going to, right? Everybody's got a dream that they want. And it could be that, you haven't gotten to that dream point yet and you want it now, okay? You want that new house. You want that new car. You want those shoes. You want to take care of your kids. Maybe you want to take your mom on a cruise. Maybe you want to take your kids to Disneyland and not worry about every little penny that you're pinching. You want to stay at the Disneyland Grand Hotel. Maybe it's something simple like you want to, get some animals that you want to take care of. Or, there's a million things that are of value to you. So take a moment to think about that during this webinar. Maybe you're just plain old bored and you want something new. Maybe you've got a lot of money. You're financially set. You've gotten everything you want, but you need the next new challenge. You need the next new adventure in life. And it's just not happening with where you're at right now. How many PTA meetings can you go to before you're like, okay, I want something else. Maybe you want to help people that have burns and traumas and scars. You want to volunteer your time. It's not always about money. For some people, it's about that satisfaction of giving, that satisfaction of accomplishing things in the community. So that could be you too. Do you feel like you're in a rut, not sure what to do? You want to make more money for your time. You want freedom to make your own schedule. We kind of covered all that, You want your own destiny. You want to make a change and not sure which direction to go. And it could be also that you just have little time to go back for school for training. Do you have a year to give up, your money right now to go back to school? Some people don't have a supportive partner that can take care of the finances while you go to school. Maybe you go through school for a year and it turns out you're not making any more money than you were making now. So, ultimately there's a lot of things to consider when you're thinking about investing your time and money into a school, because not all of those pay out the same way. Do you also feel there's like an invisible trap that's keeping you in your current situation and you're not really sure how to break out? So it could be that you are a permanent makeup artist too and you need more training, or you felt like you've got this trap on you that you're not scaling to the next level, or that, all the things we talked about career and home life and, time with family, and you just feel kind of trapped, like there's not a way to break through, or you kind of know what it is, but you're not sure what the next step is. Right? So that's what we're going to work on. But let's talk about what the real underlying problem is from all of this. The real underlying problem is that you're stuck in a limited view right now, meaning your future self can see what it is, but yourself right now has no idea. So picture this for a moment. You're looking at a mountain as yourself now. And you're looking at the bottom of that mountain, and what do you see? You see the bottom of the mountain. You see rocks around you. You just see like what's around you at that time. Now let's say your future self, your 6 month ahead of you self, is at the top of that mountain. And your future self is up there and they're like, wow, the view's amazing up here. I can see all the way to the ocean, and oh my gosh, look at that beautiful sunset. And wow, I didn't know there was a river down there, and look at all those like animals running around. I mean, this is amazing up here. And your future self is like jumping around with excitement, and you're looking up. So your future self has the new view, the higher level view. Does that make sense? So what would your future self say to you down at the bottom of the mountain looking up? Get going. Your future self is the confident self that's already done the work and has gotten there and can prove that it's successful. So you're just in a limited view right now, meaning that your world is where you are. And of course, that's where you are, right? Your reality is where you are. And if you're finding as you're looking around, you're looking at the bottom of that mountain, you're like, I want to be at the top of that mountain, seeing what's going on, right? So to get to the top of the mountain, we need to change your view. We need to change the things you're doing right now to achieve those steps to get to the top of that mountain and to see that new view, that new vision of your life, that new you, that new exciting you, that new person that you want to be, and that new life you want to be in. So once you make the change, here's what's going to happen. You will have control over your destiny. So when you make that change in your mind to do this, you are now in control. Nobody's telling you when you get that promotion, where you're going to live, how much you're going to pay, how much you're getting paid. That's a big one. Someone else determining your value of money. That's not acceptable. Okay? The more skill set you have, the more you should be paid, technically, right? But I know many people that work in jobs where they are doing so much to make that business successful. Are they getting paid anymore? No. That's just wrong in my eyes. So now you control your own destiny. You will make more money with something you find exciting and challenging and you can see a future in. How nice is that? You'll be able to create your own schedule and life experience. So let's say you have a studio and you want it to look very gothic and you want to play a certain kind of music. Well, that's what it is. Let's say you have an ocean practice and you want to have the waves in the background and you want to have seashells on the walls and you want to have all this beautiful ocean kind of branding. Well, you get to be in that environment now. Let's say you want to paint your walls a certain color. You get to decide that. That's the beauty of you owning you. Okay, you get to shine through. You will have a proven system of success to follow so that you will not have to figure it out alone. Okay, my system is a system of success. and I have the background and the testimonials to prove it. So I would be here with you during your journey. Once you make the change, that invisible ceiling of your current life situation will disappear, and you will start really building your dream life. You will have a proven system to follow and use that can make you 100,000 plus a year, and I guarantee it. I've done it. I've seen it. I know it. I'm on the mountaintop. I'm telling yourself down there, it's really nice up here, okay? The excitement in your life will come back knowing you're on track to transition into your dream life. So, a little bit about me. I have a permanent cosmetic license. I've been a trainer for over the last 12 years. Master esthetician. I used to teach advanced laser. I taught master aesthetics. I've created curriculum and course creation, and I've helped so many people to their success. I also have a chiropractic background, which I've talked about, and I bring that into my training program. So I've pretty much held every part of the human body in my hand, and it's pretty fascinating. And I bring all that science that you need to this training program. I've been on the cover of a World Permanent Cosmetic magazine, the only one in the USA. And the reason I chose to do that cover was I wanted to let the world know about scars and trauma work that I do. I've helped over 400 students become permanent makeup artists in the last 4 years. I've started multiple beauty businesses with 0 loans, no borrowed money. You can do it. Trust me, I know how, and I can teach you how. I've also scaled to well over 6 figures, starting from scratch with 0 money. Yeah. I'm a published author, featured on multiple magazines and blogs. I had a radio show about beauty, and I've kind of done the whole gamut. I'm been from plastic surgeons all the way to tattoo artists. I blend in with all, and I love them all, and I love all the work that everybody's doing. So my time now moving forward is to help you be successful. I want to share what I've done with you. So let's talk about permanent cosmetics as a profession. That's why you're here. That's why you're at the webinar, right? So you're going to see the term PMU come up quite a lot. That is the kind of tag name of permanent cosmetics, so we don't have to keep saying the big mouthful. And it means permanent makeup artist is what it used to mean. Now we call it permanent cosmetics, but PMU is the name that you'll know, so you'll see that reference when I talk about it. So permanent cosmetics utilizes tattoo techniques to create beautiful makeup and enhance natural beauty. The difference between us and like a tattoo artist is, yes, we implant ink in the skin. However, our goal is to create a natural, enhanced beauty look of our client, not to create an artificial, like a rose on them. And so we have some differences with tattoo, and often people wonder about that. So we are not in the same genre as tattoo artists, although we do have similar things that we do, and we also do use similar tools. So the scope of practice for permanent makeup artists is quite large. You'd be surprised. You may have come in here because you thought of microblading. You may have come in here because you saw a great pair of brows. You may have come in here by accident, just not knowing what the heck it's all about, but you're dying to know. So we have a huge scope of practice. In fact, eyebrows are just the little teeny tip of the little iceberg up here, okay? They're the mountain underneath that water of things that we can do. So let's go into eyebrows. So there's eyebrows, of course. So we work on microblading, shadow brows, ombre style corrective. There's lots of things we can do with brows. Eyeliner, we do basic eyeliner, cat eye, shadow fade, stardust, a whole bunch of fun stuff we can do there. And I'm going to show you some examples. Lip basics, ombre lips, fade out, and lip corrections. Scars and trauma, that's one that kind of feeds my heart. I help people that have burns, that have had cancer and have scars and trauma, stretch marks. I mean, there's so many people out in this world that have disfiguring scars and trauma that we can help. And it is such a priceless feeling when you help that person out. We also have scalp micropigmentation, which is called SMP, and that's where you actually can fill in the hairline. You can create a shaved head look, and it really helps a lot of men that are balding, and it's pretty fascinating. It's definitely something that's quite amazing. So let's talk about eyebrows right now. Here's a slide. All the work that I'm showing in here is my personal work. And this actually, on this slide here, this gal has what I call a fusion, where I've taken powder and I blended it with microblading. So there's microblading that we do, and that involves a hand tool. I'm sure you've seen little videos on that. You certainly can look it up and get more information. Also, you can look up any of these things that I'm showing you and see more on the internet if you want to dig deeper. Shadow fade is like a powder brow that we do that helps to make the brow look fuller, like you'd put powdered makeup in there. And I love it. It's a nice dramatic look. Ombre is where we basically fill the brow in on the end and we fade it out in the middle. You've often seen that on the Instagram makeup girl tutorials. They have lots of ombre brows on there. And then fusion is the one that you see in the photo. This is where I've taken powder and also then added microblading in the front. So it gives kind of a mixed look. And a lot of clients really love that. So eyebrows are a huge moneymaker. They're big business. I mean, all you got to do is look at Anastasia, Benefit, Brow Bar. I mean, brows are never going away. They're always going to be wanted. Everybody wants more beautiful brows and they don't want to draw them on every morning. And in my profession, I have seen so many women that just were not born with beautiful brows. They just need them done and they look so much better. So this is a huge industry. It's not, we're talking multi-billion-dollar industry, the eyebrow business. So, getting into this is very lucrative. The pricing we charge for eyebrows as a beginner, I'm going to show you beginning prices about $350 per set and then up to $750 depending on your region where you live. I mean, if you live in Dubai, the women will pay $1,000. If you live in Beverly Hills, you might get $700. So, but if you're living in, Kansas and maybe a small town where it's, people, their income, you can adjust your pricing according to where you live. It doesn't matter. You don't have to necessarily charge one price for everything. You can also fluctuate your pricing. So, but this is the average from the lower scale pricing to the higher scale that I would think is within realistic range. Here's eyeliner. I happen to love doing eyeliner. It's one of my favorites. And this particular technique that you're seeing is one of my pieces of work. And I do teach this technique. It's beautiful. It's a shadow fade ombre eyeliner, and it's my absolute favorite. Can I say it again? I love eyeliner. I love eyeliner. The other thing is a lot of people stick with brows. Some girls only elevate to brows. They don't get into eyeliner because they're a little nervous about it. And I understand because you're dealing with the eye and a tattoo machine. But hey, if you can do it, you're going to make like way more money. Way more money. I know, why am I whispering? You're going to make more money because a lot of people aren't doing it, so you have a competitive advantage when you master eyeliner. And inevitably, your clients want eyeliner. They do. They absolutely want it. They hate the smearing. They want to have it stay put. They have a hard time drawing it on perfectly. And you can do basic eyeliner, shadow fade, stardust eyeliner, thick cat eye. I mean, anything you can do with makeup, within reason, you can do with permanent makeup. And of course, I teach all this and I teach what to do, what not to do. I teach you everything you need to know. I also make it a point that with eyeliner, I have checked out all my procedures with ophthalmic surgeons, eye doctors to make sure I am using the best anesthetics, very safe, and I understand. So everything I share with my students in my training program, you have the best of the best as far as knowing it's medically safe, the products are safe, and our technique is safe. Pricing for eyeliner about $450 to $750 depends, like I said, what you're doing, and it's so much fun. Here's lips. This is a cotton candy lip that I did, and I just love, I love pink. But this was so much fun. This is a really beautiful natural look. We can also do full lip where it looks more like lipstick. It's kind of not the most popular anymore. It used to be years ago, but people still want to have a nice definition of their lip, and there's so many colors to choose from reds to mauves to, beautiful lip blush colors, cherry, raspberry. This is cotton candy. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Lip blush is an option that we do. It's kind of like makes it look like the lips just have like a dusting of blush on them. You've got ombre fade out. You've got ombre fade in. Lips are just a blast. They are so much fun to do. This is where I feel like a tattoo artist when I'm doing lips because I get to use color. I get to use shading. And I mean, they just look so good. I mean, people look amazing with their lips done. Pricing on lips are also the higher end. So $650 to $850 is what you can command for pricing on these per procedure. Here's a fellow that I did in Scars and Trauma. So this is a little bit of scar and trauma work, and he had a disease, infection got in his lips, and it, kind of ate away at his pigment, so I repigmented him. And a funny little story on this one, he was he had 5 children, and when I did his lips, he went home and his kids actually cried when they saw him because they were so used to seeing daddy with the pink lip that when they saw him without it, they started crying. They were little. So he told me they got over it, but I thought that was really interesting that his children were kind of upset that he didn't look like daddy when he came home. But he was a great customer. Oh my gosh, I felt so happy to do this for him. You can also help cancer survivors. You can do breast areola repigmentation for women that have had mastectomies, body stretch marks, body scars. We can do camouflage. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Pretty much anything you can do on a canvas, you can recreate on a human being. Skin. So our skin is a canvas. And so it's very rewarding. It's just, I cannot tell you how much I love working with scars and trauma. So hopefully you might too. So let's talk about what you're here for too, about the PMU training, okay? So PMU training, there is a fundamental program, and that's what I'm focusing on in this webinar, okay? We're talking about the fundamentals, getting started, your core foundation training. The fundamentals, in my opinion, and the opinion of many of my peers that are trainers, is it should be at least a minimum of 65 to 100 hours. I believe 100 hours should be the bottom line minimum. Now, state to state, some of the states have higher regulations on this. So wherever you are going to practice, you want to make sure you know the state laws. But most of the states are within this or less. Right now, some states don't even have regulations. But the way I look at it this way is that if you're not trained, it's going to show as soon as that first client walks in the door and you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to have any more clients. So it doesn't matter what the regulations are, you need the training. And 100 hours is what I find with self-paced learning and training at home and also being in class for adult education. It works really, really well for you to get started in your fundamentals, meaning that you'll be able to do a basic eyebrow, basic eyeliner, basic lip, and then you can scale your training from there. So we're talking about fundamental training in this webinar. So the way we do this that I found the most effective, because most of the people that come to my training are either working adults, they have a family, they have a lot of restrictions on their time. There's some that just come out of high school, but most of the people that I see already have kind of a complicated life. So they need to, break up the training. They have to come in for the days and then they have to work part of it on their own. So we basically arranged it to work perfectly that way with your lifestyle. So part of your training is actually in class with us. Part of your training is your drills at home, which we teach you how to do them. And we give you a kit that goes with it so you don't have to worry about what to do, how to get it. You know exactly what to do. And then we critique your homework when you send it to us. So you send it to us through social media, private website page, also through texting. And there's various ways we can communicate with you so that we can critique your work and then we elevate you to the next level. We also have online videos that are there unlimited for you to watch over and over to re-cement your learning. It's not just coming in for a class and then you get going. It's coming in for a class and training and drilling and practice and practice. So I often tell my students that, the more you drill, the more you skill, right? You do the time, you earn the dime. I got a whole bunch of one-liners, but you have to do the time in order to get the high dollar, because without your training skills and without your drills and without your practice, you're never going to be able to command those higher prices, because if you don't deliver the results, then people are not going to be referring to you. So it's really important that you understand that your training is the most important. It's the most expense you're actually going to spend, believe it or not. Your training is going to cost the most versus actually starting your business, right? Your supplies are not that expensive. So the training is where you need to really invest your money, because that's your hands. Right? This is what you're using. So you got to know how to use them right. I could take a crappy machine and put it in a master hand and she'll create masterwork. I can take a $4,000 machine and put it in someone who's not trained right and they will never make beautiful work. Okay, so it's all about investing in you, and that's what I want to talk about. So we cover you on all angles. So you get the online training, you get the critique training where we critique your work. We're there with you, coaching you after you train, but you have to do the work. Okay, and we teach you how to set it up. I always say an hour a day is all you need, and pretty soon you're off and running. Some of the hours are in class and some of them are online, like I said. We also do live model demos, and you will be practicing on fake skins. So they look like kind of rubber. You've probably seen them in videos on microblading, and they're fake latex skins that give you the feeling like you're working on a person. They give you the feeling like you're doing it, so you really can practice well without actually getting on a person and potentially harming them before you're ready. So I don't understand at all why people think they can go buy a microblade online and suddenly work on their friend. It doesn't work like that at all. In fact, what I call it becomes a hot mess. So to avoid a hot mess, what you want to do is get trained properly and follow the system of success. So live models, one of the things that we encourage you to move to is by the time you finish your 100 hours, you'll feel very confident on working on your first live model. And the reason we don't have you work on live models right away is because you don't even know how to use the tools properly. The part of the learning in permanent makeup is the kinetic sense of using your hand. So when I say kinetic, I mean that your brain has to hardwire through your body, through your nervous system, to your hand to make this feel natural. Does that make sense? So think about somebody who's an ice skater, an Olympic ice skater. Can you imagine how many times they drilled that triple axel before they went out there and performed it at an Olympic level? Yeah, a lot. Can you imagine how many times somebody, put on roller skates before they quit falling down? For me, trying to do snowboarding, you know how many times I've fallen down snowboarding? It is hilarious, okay? But I keep trying because eventually I'm not going to be falling down as much. So this isn't like any other profession. It's the same type of thing. You still have to learn the theory. You've got to learn how to practice it, and you've got to then apply all those things to the live model. So we tell you in our program when you're ready to do a live model, so you don't have to wonder if you're ready. A lot of places, they put you in training, send you out the door and go, good luck. No, that's not the way you do it. The way you do it is you have coaching, you have mentorship, you have oversight, and you have a plan, okay? You will get all the tools to get started. We recommend that you do 5 friends and family after you finish to the pro level. So in our system, we have an elevation system, and we tell you, hey, you are ready now to do your first live model. So I always recommend that you get 5 friends and family that you can work on. Of course, you're not going to charge them because you're new, right? And they're donating their face to you. So think of it as an honor that they're letting you work on them. And that's a great way to get started. And then from there, we teach you how to scale your business with a good system, how to charge higher prices, when to charge higher prices, how to get your first clients, what you should be charging, what time you need to book on your schedule. There's lots of little things that will come up that you're going to wonder about that we're going to make sure through the process that you understand. Okay, so our training program is, a good home base for you for your future. We also will have future advanced classes you can take. If you have questions, you can always call. So there's a process here to lead you to success. So let's talk about the numbers for a minute. Show me the money. Show me the money. I love that line. How much can I make? Meaning you. How much can you make? Let's talk about that. So nothing can lie with math. Let's go do some math. So I put this together. It's not complicated, ladies and gentlemen. I know that we're not here to do math problems, and I don't really like to spend my time in math, but I do love to look at math when it comes to money. Money's fun. So let's take a look, real easy graph on how we could look at your first 4 months to getting you on your way to $100,000 a year. It's very doable. So if you look at this little scale that I made, you see month 1. This is when you've already done your practice and you're actually charging clients. So let's say you see 3 clients that week in your first month, which is very doable to see 3 clients a week, right? That's only 6 hours of work, and you're going to be spending the other part of the time marketing and building your business so you can actually get 6 clients a month. And that's what you're going to do. And you're going to charge them an entry portfolio building rate of $250 a month, or I'm sorry, $250 per treatment. So that's going to equal $750 per week, and that's about $3,000 a month. So that could be for your month number 1. Okay? Now remember, during the downtime, you're going to be marketing. You're going to be building the business side up. So it's not that you're not working, you're building. You can't just expect to walk in and have a client just show up on your lap. That's unrealistic, right? We're here to build reality fun, not fake fun. Okay? We want a solid foundation for your business. We don't want to have a marshmallow foundation. Okay? This is the reality. And honestly, to make even that your first month after learning something is pretty darn good. Okay, so let's go to month 2. So now you built some business up. Now you're seeing 4 new clients a week, okay? So that's only about 8 hours of actual treatment time a month, right? Or a week. So you're going to spend the other time doing what? Marketing and building your business, right? Now you're still charging only $250 because you're building your portfolio and you're newer and you want to charge something that's reasonable for your skill set. Now you're making $1,000 that week, and that equals $4,000 a month. And look at the hours you've actually worked for treating people is only 8 hours. That gives you all that extra time to be marketing and building your business, right? Now, let's say you want to do this part-time, you already have a job. That's going to be where you're going to decide. Maybe you find that, hey, I'm happy with an extra $4,000 a month coming in. I love my other job, or right now my babies are small and I need to, that's what I need to supplement our family income. You know what? That's fine. Stick with that. That's okay. Just start raising your procedure prices. So let's go to month 3. Now you're seeing 4 clients a week and you're charging $350 per client. Okay, now you've raised it up and now you're making $1,400 a week. That equals $5,600 a month, working 8 hours of treatment time. Month 4, you see 5 clients a week, you're charging $450 now, you're rolling, and you're making $2,250 a week, which equals $9,000 a month. Okay, you're $1,000 away from your you're just a little bit farther away from making $100,000 a year, right? Didn't I tell you this would work out? Okay, this is totally doable. Totally doable, I'm telling you. And your overhead is not high. I will teach you how to bare bones this, but what can't you fake? Your training, your skill set, your ability to do beautiful work. That is what you have to get done first in order to get into this. Because if you start booking clients and your work is crappy because you didn't do the proper training and the drills and the skills and all the things I teach you, then you're not going to make the money. Okay? So, bottom line, good training. So you can be making $100,000 a year in as little as 4 months after completing your first model, and that's not even working full time. You will need to do marketing and spend time doing other business building skills though, okay? So that is something you're going to have to be spending your time doing and learning if you want to be independent. I can also teach you ways to fast track that by networking with hair salons and maybe insulating yourself other ways. But ultimately, if you want to own your own business, you've got to learn a little bit of basic skills on how to do some marketing. It's fun too because you get to network and meet other people. And remember, it's all an investment in you, not working for somebody else's dream, right? This is your dream, your family, your life, your future. And there are hundreds more. I've helped over 400 students in the last 4 years gain independence, making higher paying income over 6 figures, okay? So this is the real. And I'm going to tell you, it's not about me. I'm going to show you a couple of graduates that have actually done this. So let's go through, let's see some reviews. So this is a gal who took our class, and she actually was in the business, a really fun, interesting business. She used to take corneas out of cadavers for corneal transplants, and she was working really long hours, being paid hardly any money and just struggling financially. So she took the class and she wrote this beautiful review. She said, after thinking about a change of careers and doing much research, I decided to take my training at Fine Studios. Dawn has an amazing background and really makes you feel confident and comfortable in the classes. I know that with training I have and will continue to receive with Dawn, my future in the PMU world is very bright. I also got my lash enhancement eyeliner done by me. And I absolutely love it. I highly recommend Vine Studios for your PMU needs. And if you're thinking of becoming a PMU artist, this is the place for you to go. Carrie's amazing. She's about to be a pearl, and she's going to be good because she's working really hard. Here's another one, Raven Moore. She's a gal that took our class, had to take a year off, and then came back and took more training. So she writes, Fine Academy is incredible. I highly recommend starting or continuing your permanent cosmetics journey here. I've taken a number of classes with Dawn, and each time I feel inspired by her and full of new information and skills to master. Dawn is a longtime industry professional in the permanent cosmetology field with a wealth of knowledge to share. She is very thorough in describing the skin and healing process before you ever get going on techniques, so you know what's happening each time you puncture the skin. I don't know how many other instructors put this much emphasis on that, but I found this portion of the class interesting and extremely valuable. I could tell right away that she wants to see each of her students succeed. She's highly critical of our work, which is so beneficial when trying to become proficient at a new skill. All the work I submitted was hand critiqued and given in-depth feedback, and I knew what to work on before resubmitting. I really cannot say enough good things about the training I received with Dawn. She's willing to share her expertise on all facets of this business to ensure that you feel prepared for getting started. The passion she has for her craft shows her in her teaching and skillful technique. And she will have the confidence in you when you get your own and maybe wavering. I'm glad I chose Fine Studios as an investment in myself. Oh my gosh, she's saying exactly what I want to say. Okay, one more. Amanda, she is, oh my gosh, what a beautiful girl. She already has her own beauty business, and she had learned microblading from another trainer, and she came in to take my eyeliner and lip class, and she says, love, love, love Dawn in her studio. I did module 2 where I learned how to do lip blushing and basic eyeliner. I already had a certification for microblading through World Microblading, and so wish I could have known about Dawn's school first. Way better experience. I highly recommend her over anywhere else. I can't wait to go back and learn more. All right. Let's see now what people that are already in practice are saying, and let them share with you some of their experience. So this is Angelica, and she went from a hairstylist, single mom of 2, unhappy marriage, to independent, successful business owner. And the reason I talk about her unhappy marriage, and she allowed me to bring that up, is because she was so miserable in her own life. Meaning she wasn't making money, she was overworked, she had 2 babies, she was getting no support at home, that when she finally was able to break free and make her own money and really succeed, she finally decided to leave the marriage because she felt more confident in herself. She felt she could handle her finances and that she could take care of her kids on her own. And what an amazing story to have that freedom. So she also is Armenian, and she was raised in Russia. English was like her 4th language to learn. Single mom, and she was living paycheck to paycheck, and now she can take them to Disneyland. She can buy them all the clothes she wants. She can choose who she wants to be with and who she doesn't. It's not based on being dependent on somebody else. And she's well on her way right now to making over $100,000 a year. From secret artist to superstar. So this was Raven, the one that did the review, and she took the live training course and started her own practice actually this year, and she has more free time with her son now. She's super happy. She's an amazing artist, and she's well on her way to making big, big figures. From ARNP, unhappy, to helping cancer survivors. She is happier and not having to deal with insurance. So we have a nurse practitioner, Julie. She's worked in fertility care for many, many years, and she's a women's care specialist, and she had a secret fantasy about being an artist. She loved makeup, and she felt stifled just, with her nursing degree, that she wasn't able to really do some of the things she really loved and enjoyed, and she couldn't stand dealing with insurance anymore. So she took the training, added it to her, skill set, and was able to work with women with breast cancer. And now she combines them both with her women's healthcare, and then she does areola repigmentation, and she loves her job. She also doesn't have to deal with insurance all the time, and she's definitely making over $80K a year. So Julie is a great success story. Here's another one. This is April, and she's a master massage therapist. She lives in a small town, and she decided to jump into permanent makeup. She had more things she wanted to do. She'd been a therapist, for probably 20 years. I mean, just a master massage therapist. So she took our program, and she wanted to bring this into her career. So now she's actually gone through the entire program. She's done the scalp micropigmentation as well, and she's going to be coming back for more advanced eyeliner classes. So April is amazing. She's over in Eastern Washington. Great lady, and absolutely adore her. And this is Amanda. She learned microblading. It wasn't enough, and she also wanted to add some other things to her career. So she makes bank now. She's doing really, really well. She loves her life, and she also does coaching. All right, so you've seen so many things now, right? You've gotten the overview, you've gotten to know me a little bit more. I'm actually one of the trainers and head director here, and you've gotten to see some success stories, and you've gotten to see, well, this could be something that you want to do. So how do you get started? Next step. So there are 7 transformations that need to happen if you want to make and create a 6-figure income in permanent cosmetics. And I'm going to run through those now. Hang in there with me. We're almost done with the webinar. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying spending time with you. I absolutely am super passionate about this career, and I'm super passionate about helping others achieve success. So number 1, excellent training. I think I've drilled that in since the beginning of this webinar. If you examine any top competitive athletes, they all start with excellent training, right? Absolutely. Maybe you've been a competitive athlete. Maybe you've been to the Olympics. I don't know. You get it. If you've ever done any sport that required, competition, you have to train, right? It's so important to start with an excellent fundamental training program. Drills equal skills. Drills equal skills. I say that to my students all the time. They probably want to get a t-shirt that says drills equal skills. But just like any other training, it's a kinetic sport. You have to physically apply the principles that I teach you so that it hardwires into your brain, so it becomes second nature and you feel really natural with it. So you have to definitely do your drills. Foundational training sets you up for true success and makes sure that the fundamental covers the core essentials. All right, your mindset. Number 2, ability to focus and be task oriented. I find, just like my teenage daughter, when she likes doing something, she will focus on it. When she does not like something, she doesn't focus on it. So isn't it true with all of us, if we are doing something we love, that we have no problem focusing? So if you're going to do permanent makeup, I know that you're going to love it because you've chosen that path, and it's going to be really fun for you to focus on it. Commitment to win. You want to own it. Trainable. The other thing is, I want you to have your mind open to be trained, right? So it doesn't matter if you're 60, it doesn't matter if you're 16. You got to be open to learning and training. So literally, we make this a really fun experience. It's a fun ride to do. We have a lot of fun in class. We joke around. Girls are cracking up, and we put on fun music so it doesn't become boring. But in the end, my goal is that you need to be trained well. So I will lay all that out for you, and step by step, commitment to win is important. The ability for you to have motivation, ridding yourself of negativity and less self-talk that doesn't allow you to actually reach your goals. So if you've got negative self-talk going on in your head, I know sometimes it's so hard to break through from that. We get these patterns of behavior. We start to doubt ourselves. Okay, we start to feel like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. It's normal human nature to do that. But if you've got some bad wiring going on in there, then that could be something you need to work on too. And there's lots of ways that you can get rid of the garbage, right? There's hypnotherapy, there's talk therapy, there's literally just, re-cementing your brain thinking. There's all kinds of techniques that we can do that can help with your mindset. Preparing for success with action and goal setting. So you want to take a step and make an action step, just do it. You don't have to have everything perfect to do this. You don't have to have the perfect setup. You just got to do it. Just jump in and go for it. Don't wait. There's nothing to wait for in life. You know what I mean? I hear people say, I'm just going to wait. Year goes by. I'm going to wait. What are you waiting for? The time's going to go by whether you wait or whether you're actually doing something to go towards your goal, right? Like either way, the clock is going to keep ticking. So you might as well add it to your life and get it done and get going. Okay, talked about this before. Number 3, drills equal skills. This is a kinetic training that, just like learning how to skate or ride a bike, when you were a kid, it took doing, right? There are step-by-step skills, drills that are successful artists they commit to without question. Doing more, there's a 20-80% rule, meaning 20% of the artists produce 80% of the high revenue. So commit to being part of the 20%, right? You don't want to be in the 80% that's barely making it. No. We don't do that at our studio. We make sure that you're in the top 20%. Number 4 is focus. There are literally too many time-wasting distractions. Now with the internet and our phones and Candy Crush and, looking at Instagram things, remember, when you're watching YouTube videos that have nothing to do with your life or helping your life, you're literally wasting that valuable time that you never get back. So if you're watching somebody else's life online, that's not contributing to your life, is it? You're just basically kissing off 4 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. Now, don't get me wrong. I like to watch a few funny cat videos here and then, just at the end of my day, or see a bird that's singing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about investing so much time following other people and looking at all what they're doing, and and not really having it help your life in any way or help you achieve anything with your life. Like, what's the point of watching the Kardashians on TV living their life when you're not living your life? So time wasting things are gone. Social media posts are not going to make your skills better. You got to get going and you got to do the drills. We will cover business development in a real way in the training sessions. Also, we want you to avoid just for now, time-wasting social media activities. So, your clients aren't going to care about your pictures with your dog or pick what you're eating or what dress you're wearing. I mean, maybe when you're bigger and you're more successful and you've got a name for yourself, they will absolutely find that fun. But in the beginning, they just want to see your work. They want to see what you do, and they want to get to know you on a professional level. So set aside all the selfies and all that time wasting for now, and let's focus. We'll also teach you organic marketing techniques, which is the most effective way to attract new clients without wasting a dime. No dime spending, okay? In the beginning, it's all organic marketing. Number 5 is business, starting with presenting yourself in a professional manner from day one. Okay, follow the training on how to get started in business from practical steps. We give you the granular information. So it's not like big picture, go figure it out. No, we're going to actually give you cheat sheets that'll show you how to log in to go in to get your business license, how to set up a bank account that you might need separate if you've never done that. Now, maybe you've already done it. Maybe there's other things that you're not sure about, like how many posts should I do on Instagram, or, how do I use Facebook advertising? So everybody's got something they may want to learn in business. And for some people don't know anything and have never owned their business, it's okay. We're here to save the day. Okay. I've opened at least 10 businesses in the last, 15 years. And I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I remember when I was a little kid, I made these earrings that lit up from an LED light. So, I've been doing this forever. To me, easy. I'll help you out. Okay. Don't worry. Follow the training program. We'll go through all that networking and really going all in. I can't stress that enough. In fact, I am. Here it is again. Go all in to win. Okay. So what it means is that you've got to commit to doing this. Commit to the class, commit to the training. Go all in for once. Maybe you've been all in once in your life. Maybe you've been all in something, certain times of your life you can remember. And guess what? You succeeded in those. Think about it this way. When you decide to have a baby, you're pretty much all in for those 9 months, right? Like there's not much you can do. And when that baby's born, you're all in, or you're just not going to be having a good time. When you got married, you're all in, right? You're getting married, or when you bought that house, or when you decided to go on a scuba diving trip. There's a million ways that you can remember where you've been all in, right? So this is another all in to win. So chasing too many rabbits, you catch none. I love that saying. My grandma used to say that to me. If you're going in this direction, that direction, you're not going to end up with any rabbits. You're going to end up with like 0 rabbits. So you want to focus for the time on the goal that we're trying to get done, right? We also want to do action steps versus being busy. So a lot of people think they're achieving things by being busy when in fact they're not actually achieving anything at all. Okay, and we talked about that. We're going to help you focus on goals and how to get them while you still have your daily life, okay? And it's amazing what you can do an hour or 2 a day if you commit that time. Setting up play-by-play, day-by-day written down action steps is really important. We're going to go over that. Mentally be all in. This is a business like any other, and you must decide to be in. Otherwise, your competition, who is all in, will win. Okay, so there are a lot of women out there that have taken training and have done the work and are really, really good at what they do. And that could be your competition when you get started. So you got to scale up. But we'll teach you how to do that, okay? There's room for everybody. There are enough bad brows in this world that every single one of you can be making well over 100,000 and never even have to look back. Okay, there's enough ladies out there that want eyeliner. There's enough people with scars and trauma. There's a plethora of customers. Okay, so all we have to do is funnel them to you, right? And we can do that. Making decisions is a part of successful business personality development. You can gain these skills too and refine them. So if you're kind of on the waffly kind of fence kind of person, it's time to make decisions, Successful people decide. You go, yep, I'm doing it. You got to start getting that decision mind making process. There's nothing valuable that comes out from sitting on a fence and waffling and being in limbo. Either you do it or you don't do it, right? Or maybe you're like, if you're completely not ready for something though, that's fine. I get that. It doesn't mean you have to be ruthless about that. But when you do decide, be in. Okay, number 7, mentorship. If you wanted to go on a scuba diving expedition, right, in the ocean, would you go without a dive master that knew the route? I'm a scuba diver. I would never, ever attempt to go into the ocean, 1, by myself, which is against the rules. Number 2, without someone who is a dive master, because I'm just open water. I'm not a super diver. So why would you want to get into this profession and do all this by watching a YouTube video and think you're going to master this? That makes 0 sense. It's like any other business. It's like any other profession. You need to have mentorship. You need to have, pathway. You're new. You don't know, right? So we offer mentorship with this where we can coach you and help you along the way, which is something that a lot of places don't offer. They think they do, but not really. Would you try to suddenly fly a plane without training or mentorship? That's kind of a funny one. Like, that's a no-brainer. Oh, let me just go get this airplane. I saw a YouTube video on how to fly it. Why don't you bring a friend and let's go? And I think I got this. In fact, why don't you set up the video while I'm doing it and I'll just go. Right? How insane is that? Why would you try to navigate to this new arena without high quality training, right? Let's be like the smart people and start out right. Okay, here's another gal. Her name is Brooke. She's a busy lash artist, and she went over to six figures. She works like a dog. Her business is so busy. She does lash extensions, and she's like, I have to make more money per hour. And so microblading was her start, and she took all the classes, and now she's getting going, and she's adding that to her service. So per hour, she's making more money than she did with lashes, right? So for her, she wanted some free time. Here's another gal. Rami, I love Rami. She's a volunteer with High Risk Women. Now she's a role model. So Rami is a very successful saleswoman. She really had the money. She didn't need the money, but what she wanted was to learn how to tattoo and then do tattoo removal. And she wanted to learn permanent makeup because she volunteers with women that have come out of prison or jail and are going into the workforce. And some of them have, markings on their face, and she wanted to learn how to remove it. So it's not always about the money, girls. It's not always about money. Rami is amazing. She's such a motivating person. I love her. So I think we've talked about a lot of stuff. I'm sure you've, have your brain going right now, and you're just kind of thinking about lots of stuff. And thank you so much, first of all, for spending this time with me. I really appreciate your time. Your time is valuable. And I just hope that you see this as an investment in you. And I just want to, kind of thank you again. So you basically at this time have only two options at this point of the webinar. And let's go through those. So one, you could try to figure it out on your own, navigating through all the online noise and risk making the wrong choice of training programs and waste valuable time and money. Or you can do step two, which is learn from a proven successful system with somebody that has not only done it, but has mastered it and I'm top rated at it. Now, if you're smart and you go with option two and decide to train with me, here's what you're in for in terms of results. Fast and focused on your success. Okay, I know that you don't have time to waste, so we get right to it. Within the first sign up, you'll receive an online training access and link to get started before class, and you'll get your kit. So basically, if you sign up, we're going to send you right away the passcodes that you can start watching the pre-videos. We're going to send you all kinds of information so you can get started before class. Within days of class, you will be in the funnel of success, step-by-step training to get you up and running in record time. And I already showed you the numbers, right? Within 4 months, you literally, if you do the success steps, you could be making $9,000 a month. Okay, now that's doable, totally doable. After class, you'll be mentored and coached with our online system for up to the next 6 weeks to get you up and running. So that you're going to have a webinar that comes along with you in the training program that's going to help you stay focused on your success. So that way you can see all the notes, you're going to have all the cheat sheets, you're going to have like marketing tools, you're going to have ideas for how to do this, how to sign a lease, how to negotiate, deals with hair salon owners. I mean, it's so much stuff I can't even tell you right now. Like it just goes on and on. So if this sounds like you and you want to skyrocket your permanent cosmetic career from scratch to massive success, then let's talk. Over the next few days, I've set aside some time, not a lot of time, but a little bit of time to talk with you and see if this is a fit. After all, we only take motivated students. So if you think this is something more that you want to pursue, which I think you probably do, you can set up a time to talk with me on the phone. How's that? We'll book a discovery call to map out an exact plan for you to follow, and will probably be the most valuable 45 minutes you invest in your professional career, because I'm going to chat with you. So who's this for? Beauty professionals that want services, people that want change, all these things that we talked about, right? We talked about this all the time. So you're going to see now there are about, I have 150 people on this webinar, and my schedule can handle about 10 calls over the next 5 days. So you need to apply now. And I have the word landing page because there's going to be a link for you to go to when we're done with this webinar, which we're just about wrapped up. So again, I want to thank you so much. And I look forward to talking with you on a private discovery call where I can learn more about you and see what your goals are. And it's just going to be awesome. So if this resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, book your call. Have a great day.